see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, 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 trying to catch me riding dirty.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Cotton here again, and the big 5.0 update has landed for Tarkov. And I know this video is coming a little bit late. This came out, 3 or 4 days ago, but I really wanted to just sit down, play it, get it in me, because a lot of things changed in this update. So I just really, I was confused for the longest time about a lot of this stuff, but I think I got a firm grasp on it, and we're going to go over all the finer points of it now. So the first change, and probably the biggest one to me, is the shakeup with the spawning and the extraction system. Now, if you buy the maps from Elvira, and these are available at level 1, you just have to have them on your person. I keep them in my gamma. Naturally, I don't have all 3 of them on me at once. I just have them to show you guys. But if you have the maps on you, and then you go to actually queue up, let's say we want to go into customs, so we're going to click on customs, select our time, and then you're going to see the new map interface here pop up. Now this isn't really new, this is what the in-game maps have looked like, but now you can click either side of the map to spawn in at. You can choose the classic area, or you can choose the extraction area as we know it, and you'll have to work your way back to this side. Now clicking on your spawn area will actually show you where you'll have chances to extract. And now some of these you're going to notice have question marks on them. And when you're in the raid and you press the letter O to check your timer, it's going to show you a list of your extracts, and there could be question marks on them as well. What this means is that they are on some kind of a special circumstance. Most of them are timed, and it just seems to be random. They're only open from so-and-so time to so-and-so time. We're really not sure. It really looks random right now. But you'll know if these extractions are active because there'll be some kind of a marker, whether it be a blue spotlight that's been turned on, whether it be these green flares and smoke grenade combos that you see burning in the area. These things mean that it is open and ready to go. Also, I want to point out the Dorms VX extraction. I haven't actually used this yet. I believe that this is an optional exit for the Scavs that's open at random times, so I don't think this is actually usable by players. But there are some new extractions for players now. If you spawn in on the boiler tanks, we now have 4 extractions here. Now basically, these are like 2 of the classic spawning zones, right there at the loot van with the green crates, or over here at the trailer park next to the, the big parking lot. But then we have this new one over here, the RUAF roadblock. Now this is right there when you cross the river and you have the big welcome to Tarkov truck. There's a gate right in front of it. This one, again, is one of the random ones with a question mark. You're going to have to check and see if the spotlight is on. And then there's also another one up here on the river. If you just go all the way up the river, right across from Planks over here, you're going to see if there's a campfire burning. I believe that's the signal that this is active. It's called Smuggler's Boat. And there's just a boat on the river that you can go and extract on. But again, it's random timed. But it's a cool little alternative if you don't want to actually cross all the way over to get out. Now, it's also worth noting that factory has not changed. When you go to queue up and you have a map on you, it'll show you the map, but there's really nothing to choose. So there's no point in actually buying a factory map, just unless you want one for reference. I bought one to test it out, and I was like, oh, never mind. So yeah, go ahead and skip that if you don't need it. And now, of course, the Woods map has gone through the same changes as Customs here. Now, spawning in the classic area, Old Station, you're going to notice you can still extract in the outskirts, which is where you could before. It's up along that north wall where there's a truck in the road across from the Scav house. But then you'll notice the ZB014 over here. Now this one is that bunker underground that you need a key for to get into the back of the room where the weapon crate is. This is now an extraction point, but again, I believe this is a timed one to where it's only active if you see flares. So this one's a timed one and you need a key. And then you're also going to see way down here, hang on, let me go, the South V exit. Now this one is interesting. This is an extraction point located right in the middle of the map. And that makes it kind of OP, you could just run half the map and get out. But this extraction has a catch to it. This is right at the road, just south of the lumber mill there. There used to be just a pile of wood and a gate there along the wall. Well, now there's a car parked in that gate. you have to actually give the driver 3,000 rubles. It has to be on you, whether it's in your pocket, your bag, your gamma, doesn't matter. But you have to actually pay the driver, and it takes a while to extract. I'm not exactly sure on the timer. You're gonna have to forgive me for this. It's somewhere between 30 seconds and a minute and a half. It might be random, but it takes a while to extract here, and you have to pay for it. But that's for good cause. Because of the actual location of this, you can skip half the map, so it's a little overpowered. So I guess having to sit there and wait for the car to load up or whatever, you're taking the risk of getting shot. So people might start checking this. Now, if we choose the house spawn, you're going to notice a couple over here. You could still use the car, of course, but then you come over here, ZB16. This is the classic bunker that had the 4 green crates in the bottom. This has become an extraction point now. No key required, but again, look for the green flares. The RUAF gate as well. This is over at the far corner of the map where there's like a little Toyota there to loot and there's like a tank in the road. There's a big gate there, and if the spotlight's on, you can get out of here. Again, I think this one is on some kind of a random timer. I actually haven't even used this one yet, but I'm pretty sure it just randomly opens up. And then as you see, the extraction point over here, the UN roadblock, this is that classic, like, far corner spawn you would get, like when you're near the old station, and there's just a big concrete thing in the road. Yeah, that is now the guaranteed extract. You'll notice each map, there's always one extraction point that is always open, so you don't have to guess, but it tends to be the furthest one away. These other ones on the way are optional if you get there in time or you meet the stipulations, so that's kind of cool. And now the problem we have with Shoreline is that it's so big and there's no in-game map for it yet, which leaves us at a disadvantage. But some of our friends over on Reddit, and I believe some of the TAW guys chipped in on this too, have a map for us. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that now, as well as I'm going to leave a link down below to this map and all the other maps. So yeah, shout outs to Maxon over here and TAW for making some edits. But here is a nice big, it's like a hand-sketched map. It's pretty neat looking. But as you can see, the right side of the map here, this is classic Shoreline as we knew it, with the lighthouse extract being right here. But you could never cross these roads or the power station or anything. But now you can, because this entire left side is opened up. Now, I will say that even though the map has doubled in size, a lot of this is just empty forest, not many points of interest. The main contested area is going to be right here. This huge complex that opened up right in the middle of the map. You used to be able to see it from the depot, the big orange building. Well, this thing is open now, and it is a beast. This whole place is actually 3 big buildings that come together to make some kind of a big medical complex or something. I believe it's called the sanatorium or the sanitarium. You find keys for it. How do you say it? Sanatorium?
Planetarium.
Anyway, you have to find a bunch of keys for this place, just like the dorms on Customs, and it's for a good reason. But the scary part is you actually don't really need to find these keys because there's just so much loot in these buildings. There's at least 20 plus medical bags. I have found at least probably 25-ish weapon crates in here with additional spawns everywhere. There's guns just laying around that don't even have to be in crates. They can be leaned up on the wall, laying on tables. You really got to go through and just look in every room, and it is insanity. So as you can imagine, with this much loot being here, this is going to draw a lot of attention here. So please be wary of squads that are going to be in the area, possibly camping around the perimeter. You know, you can also access some of the roofs here, so they could be sitting up top, just waiting for you to pick you off. So please, eyes open, boys. This is going to be a hot area. Some other points of interest, the radar complex over here isn't bad. There's a building there with a safe, some filing cabinets, and there's a couple weapon crates, I believe. There's one outside by a truck. And you'll notice it marks Drone 2, and then the classic Drone 1, which would be over here. I believe these are for a future Peacekeeper quest, because Peacekeeper's quest line has been opened up now. And the way you open that up is you do quests for Skier. There's one called A Friend from the West. You complete that, and then Peacekeeper kind of comes in and starts talking to you and giving you quests. Now, the extracts on Shoreline have been kind of nutty. from what I can tell, if you spawn in the classic area, you can use the classic, it's now called Rock Passage, but this is that little military bunker that used to be an extract at the end. Now you just walk across the river and you'll see green flares on the river. I guess there's like a boat or something that you just go through there, but that's what's the Rock Passage. No. Then there's also this extraction over here, the Road to Customs. It means you could basically follow the main road all the way out. Just take a left and don't go down the pier. But sometimes the pier will actually be open. You'll see a boat with a little flashing light on the top of it. If you see a flashing light, you can go out on that pier and use that boat to extract. The boat is risky though, let me tell you. I think it takes at least 30 seconds to get on the boat, and you feel exposed on that pier with no cover, you know what I'm saying? So be careful there. And now CC Temp, this is a big like walled off military zone, and it is, you can't actually go in it yet, but there's like a big gate with a spotlight again, so just check out for that and you can extract. I'm not sure if the lighthouse is still an extraction zone. I think you might get it drawn randomly, maybe as a scav, but I know that there's also an optional extraction in the basement of this new big building here, which is kind of scary. But it's called ADM Basement Extract, and I think you go to the main building here, which is called the Health Spa, and you go all the way down to the basement, just stand in the center area, and it should extract you. And then if you're spawning on the other side of the map now, the big caved-in rock tunnel where we used to go for the med vans and the loot, and you could sit above there, that has become an extract, and I don't see it on here, but I believe there's another one over here in the village somewhere up along the wall, if I'm not mistaken. I don't actually see it marked on this map. I think it's something in here, but yeah, you basically just got to go to the other side of the map. You can use the basement of this building, or you might get a draw for the boat pier or the rock passage down here. So good luck with that, boys. All right, so the next big change worth mentioning now is that weapons are now dynamic in the amount of space they take up based on their size. So let's say we have this little AK-74U, and you could fold the stock on it. You can either do this in combat or by right-clicking. If you're in combat, you hold the Alt key and hit L, and he'll fold the stock. But now you can see it went from taking up 8 spaces to 6. And now the MP5, you actually can't fold the stock on it, but you have other options. I've seen that if you unload the magazine, you go from a 6-slot item to a 3-slot item. What? And the same thing goes for the SKS now. A 10-slot item, unload the magazine, a 5-slot item. That's pretty nutty. Now I noticed that the big boy AKs and the M4s, the magazine doesn't really do much for them. Doesn't do anything. But if you're, in a bind and you need to, keep it, you can actually inspect it, and you can do this in Raid 2. Pull the stock off, and you'll lose 2 spaces there, and you can just chuck that, because you can buy these from Proper for like $1 or whatever. So yeah, that's just something to consider. Some other changes, as you can see, I have a Clin right here. Look at that. It only takes up 4 slots when you fold in that stock. That's pretty wild. I wonder if I can get it smaller, actually. Let me fold that and unload it. Nope, it stays that. Okay, but still, that's not bad. 4 spaces for a folded up Clin. And if you look right here, the shotguns now, having the longest barrel on them makes them a 7... Look at that. 7 slots. So now you need a big boy backpack or just have these equipped to carry them because they're big now. With that being said, they kind of fixed buckshot now. Buckshot seems to actually do stuff again. So I think that's why they're doing this. You're going to see a lot of those new TOZ foldable shotguns. I actually don't have any right now, but you guys will see them. They're everywhere. They fall out of the sky. I noticed too that I found this DVL on the ground the other day, and this thing is a beast. It is massive. Whereas the SV98, if there's no scope on it, look at that. It only takes up 1 row, but it is 6 slots, so you got to be careful with that. But Cotton, what is that? An RSASS with a thermal sight? All right, maybe I'll go show you guys this now. We should bring the new pistol too here, the SR1MP. It's pretty sweet. Alright, so just a disclaimer before I get into this gun. I actually did not find this. This was sent to me by the devs just to kind of show you guys as a little favor to me. Because you have to get to maximum level Peacekeeper to buy this gun. And we're still on a fresh wipe. I'm not there yet. I will be shortly. And the thermal scope you cannot even actually buy yet. So it's like an extremely, extremely rare find. So because this was given to me, I'm not going to turn this on players. I don't bring this on to the live servers. This is strictly just to show you guys this, then I'm going to sell it. So save your fucking hate comments, please. Alright, never mind, I'm sorry. Here we go. Oh, Batski. Now we have two modes on this thermal scope here. We have a very lit mode, as you can see. It's like a... I don't know, it's pretty crazy, but anything that's hot will show up dark when you're on lit mode. So that fire barrel, look at that, dark. Love it. Got cheeky coming. I'm waiting for one of them scavs to turn the corner and kill me. But anyway, if you hold Alt and right click, you can go to dark mode on this thing. Oh my god. Go away. Anyway, if you Alt right click, you can go to dark mode on this. And basically everything you see will be dark except for things, you know, that are hot will be bright now. So you have two different kind of modes with this thing, and it's pretty cool looking. It has battery life, which I don't think you need batteries for it yet, but you will in the future. Sorry about that. We keep getting interrupted by these damn scavs. Anyway, if you also notice that the frame rate inside of the scope is not that good compared to the rest of the game. I think that's intentional because this is a camera inside of a scope or whatever, because you can also see the little scan lines going up and down it. I don't know. I don't really know too much about these kinds of things, but it's pretty cool looking nonetheless. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this here. What is it? It's a Tricon Reap IR. Pretty sweet. But yeah, you actually cannot buy this yet. It's an extremely rare find, and I'm probably just going to vendor mine and give the money away to somebody when I'm done with this video. But I just wanted to kind of show it off. And as well as you can see, this RSASS is pretty nasty here. It has virtually no recoil, even when you're standing, and it is chambered in 308. It has some of the coolest animations. I mean, this thing is so smooth looking. But yeah, you can spray this thing pretty quick. Mine is suppressed right now. I could pull that off and listen to it without the suppressor. Man, that is a cool sounding gun. This is going to be the favorite gun of a lot of people now. I'm telling you right now. This thing chambered in 308, no recoil, absolutely beast gun. It's semi-auto only, but you can pretty much shoot it as fast as you can spam your finger. Alright, now we'll get on to this new pistol here. What is this? The SR-1MP. Now, again, this was sent to me by the dev as well, so I'm going to go ahead and hawk this thing in a minute. But it's pretty sweet. It looks like it's another one of the Makarov family guns. I could be wrong. Some gun nuts probably cringing right now. I'm sorry, I don't know. But it has, you know, the clean animations that we all love. And the one thing I like about this thing is, for one, it's chambered in crazy SP ammo, so it's going to be armor piercing. And two, it has bass when you fire it. Listen to this thing. You hear that? It's crazy. And again, I want to pull the suppressor off of it to show you what it's like without it. Take that off. Man, it sounds so good, doesn't it? But yeah, those are the new weapons we got now, and they're pretty sweet, man. Look at these dead scavs. The thermal's pretty cool. I don't think it's going to be too overpowered. A lot of people are worried about that, but it's an extremely rare find. It's going to be crazy expensive if you can ever buy it. And I heard that the thermal is only good up to about 100 meters or so. So it shouldn't be too awful overpowered. We'll just have to see in the future. It seems like it's going to be more of a pain in the ass than anything, having to keep fresh batteries in it and this and that. So, I don't know. This is going to be a very niche item, but cool nonetheless, you know? Alright, so another cool feature we got in this update now are dog tags. Now, these are pretty sweet now. Whenever you kill somebody, they'll render a dog tag as long as they're a player, and it'll tell you everything about the event. The nickname of the person you killed, their level, the status, it'll say like who killed them, with what weapon, the time, and their faction. And now they added this in a recent hotfix now. They did this, I think, 2 days ago to where you can sell dog tags now. And they sell just like electronics, so you want to go either Elvira or Peacekeeper for the best deal. But as you see, they're not all the same price, and that is because the higher the level the player, the more the dog tag is worth. Now, we did a little bit of quick maths here. I think we came up with 1,095 rubles per level. So let's see, a level 20, look, this is selling for 26,280. He's level 24. Yeah, somebody get a calculator, somewhere around there. So it's around $1,100 per level, which means now if you're killing like level 50 players, yeah, you're going to get a dog tag that's worth like 60-something grand. Now, I think this is also a good thing because a lot of people were mad when they nerfed the price of selling hatchets that people were farming and fencing all day. This is cool because now you at least get something for killing hatchlings. Because, you know, we've all been frustrated. Sometimes you go into a factory battle and it's just you versus an army of hatchlings. We've all been there. At least now you're getting some money for it. So this is cool, I guess. And actually, I have a lot of these. I'm going to go ahead and sell all these and see how much I get. I kind of collected these just to make this video. 180,000, not bad. I'm going to do it. Free money. Free money. Some other things worth mentioning. There was a huge array of skills that have been unlocked now. Perception, attention, memory, all of that. Charisma. Some of these are neat. Like Charisma lets you get better deals with the traders. And this one, Attention, is pretty cool as it lets you find more valuable stuff when you're looting. The higher level it is, that's just cool. They unlocked a bunch of masteries for weapons. I'm assuming it just makes you better with them. There's recoil control. Assault rifle, I guess it just makes you better. I guess it says it over here. What is this? Increases reload speed by 1%. Okay. Whatever that. Weapon swap buff. Oh, he must swap it faster. Reduces weapon recovery. Okay. So basically, it's like ergonomics and reload speed you get. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, they added some really cool new features to the Scavs. The AI Scavs will now lay prone every once in a while, kind of. They'll kind of try to drop shot you. But more importantly, there's a chance now when using your Scav emote menu by double tapping Y, you can actually get the Scavs to listen to you, kind of like Counter-Strike style with the bots. Now the thing is, not all of them are going to cooperate. Sometimes they won't want to, but if you get one to say yes when you hit follow me, which is this gesture, they will follow you until you extract, and it's really cool. They don't really stay on your tail. They more or less kind of patrol a radius around you, but they stay within a certain distance of you. And it's, you know, sometimes it's a little creepy. I don't know. I've had them sneak up on me. But let me go try to find one here and show you what I'm talking about. Ah, I think here we got one. Yes, Cheeky Breaky, come here, buddy. I think that they have to see you to want to do it. Hang on, let me make sure I get in front of him. Hey, buddy. I think that means yes. Yeah, he did it. Okay, so what he's doing right now, because he's so close to me, he's just keeping me cover. Now, let's say I start walking over here. He should start following me. Yep. Oh, that is so cool, isn't it? I'm not sure if there's a limit to how many scavs you can get to follow you. But it'd be cool if you can get like hordes of these damn things going. But yeah, what he'll do is he won't stay exactly tied to you. Oh, here's another one. Let me see if I can get him to do it too. Hey, buddy. I think he told me to fuck off. So there might be a limit of one. So I got little Makarov buddy here. And yeah, he's going to just stay within my area. But anywhere I go, he's sure enough going to follow me. There could be a limit. Okay, look, he's running now. He's like, I got behind, sorry. Alright, let me see if I can shoot him. And see if I can get him pissed off at me to where he'll lay prone. Probably lose this M4 I have on me, but I don't care. Yeah, he laid prone. Look at him. Good man. This is like the perfect scav. Oh, I'm not mad at you, buddy. The other one's mad. Oh, but there you go, guys. Scavs can now lay prone, and you can get them to follow you. Pretty pretty cool stuff if you ask me. Hopefully they expand upon this. I like that. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video here. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff that I didn't touch on, but I'm going to make sure to leave you a full list of the patch notes and all the hot fixes that have happened since down in the description below. So go ahead and drop me a like, sub if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next one.